Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today for Jittery, for World Watercolour Month, I decided, I spent ages trying to think of what on earth I could draw for this prompt, and then I thought, what kind of animal is jittery? And I sort of came up with a couple. Then I thought, you know what, the most jittery that I know is little meerkats, because they're always on alert, they're always standing on their little back legs looking out for predators. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a watercolour of little meerkats, and I'm also going to pull out my Albrecht Dürer watercolour pencils today, so I'm going to do them, use them as well, and we'll see how we go. I haven't used them in well over a year, so it'll be a fun project to have a try at. So I'm just going to draw the first little dude in. So I've got two of them here. They're on the... Oops, I've got a dog at the door. Hang on. There you go, Bear. You want to go out? Sorry about that. Hello, Candid. How are you, doll? How are you today? I'm drawing little meerkats today. How are you, doll? And I love these little guys. They're one of my favourite creatures. But I thought they are very nervous and very jittery. So they're the perfect subject for this prompt. So you can hear me okay? I'm doing great, and how are you? I am great, thank you. I'm great, thank you. I'm a very happy camper. I'm always happy when I'm arting. Hello, Dap. How you going? Welcome in. Welcome in. So I've got two separate photos here, and I'm just putting, so I've literally mixed and matched two together. Oops, take his little legs. They've got little funny little bellies on them. They're the cutest little dudes. They are the cutest little dudes. They make me smile. For my youngest daughter's birthday, the one year, I think it was her 18th, we took him to the zoo, and you can buy animal experiences where you get to go into the enclosures, and we went into the meerkat enclosure, and she got to sit there and they crawled all over her. It was so cute. We got lots of photos of these little guys crawling all over the kids. Where's my eraser? What? I had it a second ago. Oh my goodness. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. I always put things in the wrong spot. There we go. And I'm using Archer's watercolour paper today, hot pressed. Just getting back into my different watercolour papers. I just went through my cupboard last night and thought, what have I got that I can use? And see which ones I prefer. Here's the plan. They've got a little tail that comes out the back here. Their little tail goes there like that. Like that. Okay, that's one of them, and the other one's sitting down. So they always remind me of Lion King. Yes, good old Timon and Pumbaa. Me too. Me too. We've actually got an advertisement series here that uses meerkats in their advertising, and it's so cute. Every time I see the ad, it makes me smile. It's about marketing, but instead of saying marketing, they call it meerkatting. It's very cute. And they use a grandpa meerkat and a butler meerkat and a baby meerkat. It's very cute. All right. So this little guy's sitting. He's still alert, but he's sitting on his little butt. So and I actually also, one of my other animals I love to draw is the warthog. They're gorgeous animals to draw. So I could do a Timon and Pumbaa, but with real animals. Instead of having the cartoon characters have a real... That could be fun, because I love doing wildlife. I love animals. I love painting and drawing wildlife. It's my specialty. I spend a lot of time in normal times when the world's open going to the zoo, and I literally spend all day just sitting there drawing the animals. I go to all the enclosures and I sit outside them with my pen and pencil and my watercolours, and I paint them all day. It's just heaven. So I'm looking forward to when things open up again. I'll be going back to the zoo to do some more live painting. So that should be fun. Right, that's their drawing sort of in. Like they're pretty simple little shapes. They're just like sausages with heads. Okay, I've got to make his tail a little bit longer. I didn't make it long enough. There we go. And we are going to use our watercolours as well as I've got out my watercolour pencils today. So I'm a bit excited. I haven't used them in well over a year. So, yeah, it'll be fun because I haven't used them in so long. My favourite animal is the mouse. My absolute favourite animal. I've always loved mice since I was a little kid. And, yeah, mice are definitely my favourite. Absolutely adore them. Absolutely adore them. Used to have, I had two main pet ones. And I'm just turning on my film to watch my things. Just making sure that my camera's nice and clear. Yeah, I love mice. I had two pet ones that were my house pets, and then I bred them, and I had about 50 pet ones. And deer, I love elk and antelope. Like if you go back through my Instagram, there'll be a lot of elks and antelopes in my paintings because I love them as well. Right, so that's about it. So for that, drawing's done. I'm just going to do a plain old background. I'm going to wet the background. I'm going to pop a few different colours in. So these guys are brown. Where's my colour wheel? So the complementary colour for brown is a purpley colour. So I'm going to do the background in a purpley colour because I want them to stand out. So I've got my cobalt blue here, a bit more cobalt blue, and pop that in there. Mix up quite a lot of that. Have you got a favourite animal, Candid? And I'm going to pop in a bit of alizarin crimson. Beautiful purple that is. Look at that. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Okay, so a bit more alizarin crimson, a bit more cobalt blue. It's a gorgeous colour. Awesome. Clean my brush. You watch me pop my hand in my paint now and wet the paper. And, whoops, that'll be my dog. I run it right around the edge of my paper. Anywhere that I want colours to go. Like that. My favourite's elephant's dress. Oh, I love elephants too. I do love elephants as well. I've done many drawings of elephants. They're really quite hard to draw because of their skin texture. Oops, Daisy, I need more water on there. I love drawing them, but I do struggle with their skin texture. I could probably be better to do them in charcoal. And giraffes are always fun. I love giraffe spots. I always have a blast drawing giraffes. Oh, excuse my doggo in the background. Then we've got kangaroos up near the house, and the dogs, they don't do anything to them. They just bark at them, but yeah, we've got a little group of giraffes, a little group of kangaroos that are behind our garden beds. They come up here because we've got the water troughs for the horses, so they come up and drink out of the water troughs. And there's nice green grass for them. So they come up to the back of the house to eat the nice green grass. Okay, I'll drop this purpley colour in. I've got to mix up some more. So, whoops, that one. Alizarin crimson and cobalt blue. And I'm going to go over this a few times with some nice strong colours, because why not? And I'll do the ground underneath them rocky sort of colour. But this is more of a fun portrait. I'm not doing a lifelike background. I just wanted to practice my backgrounds just with mottled colours. So I hope everyone's having an awesome day. I'm very excited to get into my Albrecht Dürers. when I'm doing the fur details and things. So build up down here as well. Come around this side. While it's still wet, I can work around. I might take that actually around the top of him. He needs a bit more colour up there, doesn't he? And then I'll go in an even stronger mixture of it. Should dig out my hairdryer so I can dry them off a little bit. But I find with a hairdryer, it moves the pigment around because it blows them. If it's wet, it blows the pigment into areas you don't necessarily want it. So I'm not keen. I don't often use a hairdryer. I usually like to let it dry naturally where it wants to settle. Okay, I'll just take that down there. Now I'm going to mix up a slightly even thicker consistency of alizarin crimson, cobalt blue. So every time I'm getting a little bit more pigment, a little bit less water. And that helps to darken it up, strengthen the colours, like that. Just take that down the back, this little dude, and under his little feet. And then the focus will be on the furs, the furry bits. And he's got a shorter tail. All right, come down in here. And I'm using my Schminkies today. Got my Schminky palette up next to me. There we go. And while the paper's still damp, I can still move that around like that. Take that right down to the bottom, maybe. Let's do that. Righto. Maybe drop a little bit in up here. And I'm using my silver black velvet brushes, which I absolutely love. Okay. It's got to wet up there a little bit. Don't know what's happened up there, but I might actually take this purple around back up here a little bit too. Might mix up a little bit more. Mix up a little bit more. I can drop in some other purples if I want to anyway. Got a few sort of shop bought purples as well. This is just a mixed, this is alizarin crimson and cobalt blue to make this purple. Just going to soften that edge, drag it around. Trying to keep my hand off the paper. Like that. There we go. I can pick up that bead of moisture there. I'll just take that and use that on the underside of the tail there. All right. Might just drag a little bit. I think I need to take some around the front of this guy. I think I need to just do just a little, even just slightly thinner, just to meld it up a bit. Like that, and just drag that around. And then I'll let it dry. Like that. Okay. Then I'll let that dry. And I'll get into the detail, but I've got to just wait for a minute. Pick up that bead at the bottom. Just take away any excess water that I don't want. I'll clean my palette. Get that out of the way. Rightio. It's going to take a minute or two to dry. I should turn my heater on, shouldn't I? I could turn the heater on in the room. That'll help it to dry. Have a sip of my coffee. And what I can do is I can actually go into the eyes. I can go in with my thin brush. Where's my thin brush? Where are you, thin brush? There you are. Okay, got my thin brush. And I'm going to go in with actually I'm going to go with transparent sienna into the eye. Get a bit of transparent sienna on my palette. Like that. And I'm going to go into this colour is going to get used a lot today. Transparent sienna is going to be used a lot. Oops, today, so I get a bit more of that on my brush, keeping my hand off the painting. I do have a terrible habit of resting my hand on my work, but it's very wet at the moment, so that would not be a good wise thing to do. So I can start to add a little bit of colour to these little dudes. I've got my hand on the tape here, just resting on the tape. There we go. And I can darken that one up too. Got a bit more pigment on that second wash of it. And I'll let that sit like that for a second. And I can also pop a little bit of this fur transparent sienna, one of my favourite colours, down here. And take it down the leg. Like that. We'll start to get the lightest tonal values in. Like that. Grab some more transparent sienna onto my palette. It's a bit hard with this little tiny brush. I'll get some more of that on there. And I'll blend that out, keeping it nice and soft. And I'm staying away from the edges because I don't want it to run into the purpley colour around the outside. Come up here, I'll wet his cheek a little bit and under his chin. Oops, took it up a bit too far, so I clean my brush. Just drag that out a little bit more. Okay. Now I can get onto the little guy over here on the left. And I'll wet up in here, just around the top of his little head. Oops. They've got very dark patches around their eyes, which I'll add in a minute. I've got to do that a little bit around his nose too. Just got to be a bit careful with the edges, that's all. For the minute, I've got to be a little bit careful with the edges. All right, I'm going to come down and around here. Come down onto the shoulder, the arm. Like that. And then down here. Whoops-a-days. Like that. All right. I'll darken up the ground underneath them at the end, sort of at the end, I think. The behind their ears is very dark. And they've got a bluish grey furry bit. Fur. Okay. So I've blocked in a little bit. Grab a bit more transparent sienna, a bit more pure pigment there. Down into this darker bit on this one. Like that. Got a little fairy tum-tum. The cutest little fairy tum-tum, I have to say. All right. So I'm going to mix up a grey. So I'm going to use cobalt blue, and burnt umber. Burnt umber, cobalt blue, a bit more cobalt blue, like that. And that makes a nice grey. And if I take a little bit of that down onto, actually I'll mix up a separate batch down here in this palette so I can water that down a bit. I have one a little bit thicker than the other. Oops, there we go. So you can see that one's quite diluted. And I'm going to start around their little noses, taking it back up towards the eyes, anywhere that's going to be a darker colour. I don't mind if it flows down a little bit. Actually, I've got to pick up that little bit of moisture there. Like that. Excuse my puppies barking. But like I said, they're barking at kangaroos that are hanging around the house. I think the little one's my favourite so far just because he's little. Yeah, they're cute. Oh, my God. I did a painting about a year ago of like a little tiny baby one. Oh, my God. It was like this big standing behind its mum. Oh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun to draw. I don't know if the picture's on Instagram. I actually don't know if I kept that one. But I love I love doing group paintings of these guys. They are so much fun. I'm going to rest my hand on the other meerkat because he's dry. And come down and around his little mouthy bit. And he's got grey here. So I can add the fur texture in as well towards the end with my, I'm going to make that a bit thicker actually. A bit more blue. So the thin one's down here and the thick one's here. I've got to get the little nose on this little dude and directly around the eye. The little ones are gorgeous. The little ones are just adorable. They are the cutest little muffins. I'll do his little paw, his little pads on his paw, like that. Like that. I'll have to draw the shadows under them. All right. Now I'm going to go a little bit of grey into his eye, a little bit of pure grey. I'll pop that up the top there. Whoops-a-days. Wet me brush. Hello, Zargo. How you going, doll? How are you? How's your day been? Just going to drop that on there. I've whipped out the Albrecht Jurors today to have a try as well. I haven't used them in so long, so I'm a bit excited to have a go with those. They're a watercolour pencil. I'm going to rest my hand on that meerkat because that's dry. Yeah, so I'm a bit excited to have a try with them. My day was great, thank you. I hope yours was too. Mine has just begun and it's all good. They're gorgeous, but I haven't used them in that long, but I'm going to use them today on this piece. So, yeah, I'm excited. I am excited. I've got my lovely set, pulled it out of hibernation. I've got the, what have I got? I don't even know what number set it is. The 48 set? No, I don't know. It's a pretty box. I don't know how many, I've forgotten how many's in it. You can just sort of see it in the background there. It's a 2-layer box over there. Actually, I'm going to go a bit more transparent sienna, you know. I'm just going to pop some fur texture around. Whoops. Coming down onto his shoulder. Yeah, I haven't used them a lot. So I thought today's as good a day as any. Huge wooden crate, yes. It's in the gift box, the big box. I got them a couple of years ago now, just for, because I love watercolours and why not? Darken up there as well. I've got to darken up under here, strengthen that colour. Got to get a bit bolder. Did you hear from her? Yes, yes, her mum's okay. Her mum, she went into hospital, had CAT scans and stuff. They just wanted to make sure nothing was broken and she was okay. She's headachy, not feeling the greatest, but she's okay. Nothing's broken. So just gave herself a nasty bump to the head. But all is well now. Yeah, it was a relief, huge relief. It's scary when your parents get older, and I'm just going to lift that little bit off here. All right, grab a bit more transparent sienna. Go down the back of this little dude. Might take some more, oops, got a bit on my brush. It's okay, doesn't matter. Take that down here, drop it in. Well, it can be real bad when not also young. Yeah, exactly. Any kind of fall's not good. Any kind of fall is not good. At any age. All right, come down onto here. Right, starting to get a little bit of the pattern. They've got really patterned fur. They've got gorgeous patterned fur, these guys. Come up onto his little shoulder. Yeah, and the thing is, like, yeah, it's a hard, and, you know, when you're sort of helping to take care of, she's helping take care of her parents and stuff. They are adorable little creatures, absolutely adorable little creatures. They're one of my favourites. I was just saying before, for my daughter's 18th birthday, we got, you can do they call them animal experiences. So you go to the zoo and you pay a certain amount and you can go in and feed them and you can sit in their enclosures with them. And so my daughter was actually, or all of us, we got her paid for the experience, and we all got to go into their enclosure with them, and we all sat around and they crawled. We had to put like blankets over our laps, but they fed them on our laps. So we're all sitting there with meerkats crawling all over us. It was so gorgeous. It was absolutely heaven. So I'm just popping a bit of burnt umber in here. Oh, it was gorgeous. It was. We did the giraffe experience, so we got to go in the giraffe enclosure and feed them. That was for my other daughter's birthday, the eldest daughter. And then, yeah, we went, and when we went to Tasmania, we did the Tassie Devil. We went and saw the Tassie Devils. You weren't allowed to hold them, but you could, they brought them right up close to you. They carried up the ones right up close. So that was gorgeous, because I love Tassie Devils too. But, yeah, I can't wait for the zoos to open again. I love painting at zoos. There's nothing more. I love sitting outside the seal enclosure and painting the seals, because they're fun. They're so much fun to watch. I don't like what I've done there. I've got to lift that off. I've got to soften that line. I'll just drag it down a bit like that. I got licked by a giraffe once. That was a lot of slobber. Mum wasn't impressed. Oh, that's so cute, though. When my sister was in high school, she went on a trip to Australia and got to hold a koala, but he pooped on her. Yes, they're little poopy machines. They are poopy machines. They poop and wee at the most inconvenient times. All right. That's dry. I'm going to whip out my Albrecht Dürers right this second, I think. Now, I've already got one of my pencils out. Where did I stick it? Oh, my God. Where did I put it? I've got a brown one out. Where did I put it? Well, that was just weird. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, isn't it? No, it's not there. Where did I put it? I had the pencil. I had the brown pencil. My goodness gracious me. Hang on. Where did I stick it? It must have rolled. Where did you roll to, pencil? Oh, okay, that's fine. We'll just go with the next one. So I'm going to grab this brownish colour. I'll check it up here. Yeah, it's a nice colour. So these are my Albrecht Dürers. These are the watercolour pencils. And I'm going to take a line, kind of like babies. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Just want to see how this acts. Okay, that's going to be fun. I'm going to pop my little brush. I'm just going to dampen my brush and drag that up. Ooh, okay. So that'll be fun. It's just filled in that little leg a bit. So I can add nice texture, really nice fur texture. That's what we're going to do now. We're going to do that. We're going in. But now I'll start on this little guy. I need to get my pencil to a sharper point. We all laugh when we see the pictures of the shirt. Oh. I've actually got a photo somewhere of my youngest daughter when we went and saw the giraffes, and she's like with her mouth wide open, and because the giraffe's like right up next to her taking the carrots out of her hand, and the giant blue tongue's there, and she was so excited and so beside herself. She was so happy. So these are quite lovely. I would like to get a sharper point on, but I don't have a great quality sharpener to do it with. I've got my sharpener for another brand of pencil, but I don't know that these would fit. I don't want to damage them. At least I guess it smelled of eucalyptus. This is true. This is very true. because I don't usually do a lot of pencil drawings. Actually, I'm going to see if my sharpener's in here. No, that's all pens. Well, that's no good to me, is it? Where did I put my other pencil case? I've got too much stuff in all directions. So I'm just popping little patches of darker colours around on this first little meerkat. So I've done a base coat, cut back a lot of mint plants once, and we fed the cuttings to the rabbits. It smelled like toothpaste factory for days. That's not a bad thing, though. That's not a bad thing. Toothpaste is lovely. I love that smell. So this is a fun little exploration into Albrecht Dürers. Because for fur texture, I just wanted to, I don't even remember what I drew with them last time. I don't even remember what I drew. I think I did deer. I think. It's not what you expect in a rabbit stable. No. No, it wouldn't be. Okay, let's have a look. What else have we got? I'm going to go slightly darker brown. I'll just leave my browns there. Leave that one out. I need to invest in a good quality sharpener. Oh, that's a nice point on this one though. And I'm going to go around here now. So it's a slightly different brown. This is walnut. Take that down onto his little back. And you can wet them with a brush and blend them as well. But I just want to see. Actually, you know what I need to do? I actually need to get a couple of greys. I'm actually changing plan here. I'm going in with a light grey. What does that say? Warm grey. That'll do. That'll do. Have you tried the Albrecht Dürers on pastel mat? I haven't. I have to say. I think I've only ever done it on watercolour. On watercolour paper. Because I thought, wouldn't it, because watercolour, I mean, I suppose it's pencil, but if you put water on watercolour paper, wouldn't it damage, water on pastel paper, wouldn't it damage it? Or can you get, well, I suppose they have water-soluble pastels now too. So yeah, they're quite lovely. They're they're not highly pigmented, which is fine for what they are. But I'm just going to go down in a few different tones of grey onto these little guys. Pastel mat takes it. Really? I've never tried. Well, there you go. I would not have known that. Takes a lot of water and turpentine. Oh my goodness. Well, there you go. Just going to do this grey up onto his nose. I'm going to drag that around a little bit. Grab my clean brush. Oops. Like that, and just soften that a little bit. I wouldn't recommend a lot of water because the pigment flow's weird. Yeah, I can imagine it would be weird. I've got to fix up this bit here. I'm not happy with his mouth. But that's all right. I can fix that up at the end. Paper can take it. Well, that's fascinating. I'm definitely going to give it a go then. Definitely give it a try. Probably got some pastel mats sitting around somewhere still. I would think. I'll have some in storage somewhere. Because I've got piles and I had a book of it. A book of all different coloured pastel mats. I don't think I used all of that, so. I'm not sure what I'm feeling about this, but I've just got to give it a keep trying, eh? Keep at it. Don't stop. Oh, where's a chocolatey brown? I need a chocolatey brown for under his little eye. Both you can do light over dark, both watercolour pencils as well as regular ones. Oh, okay. Cool. Good to know. This is a lovely colour. Oh, this is me. No wonder it's my favourite colour. It's Caput Mortem. No wonder I like it. Let's take that down under his little chin. I haven't tried the white, I don't think, on this, so I should give the white a little go. It's going to darken up. Because he's got little stripes. They've got their little camo stripes down the back. Oops, I found that pencil I'd put down. But yeah, these are, I mean, they're a lovely pencil. And it's nice. I like to mix it up and try different things. Let's try. I'm going to grab the white. It's a bluish white, isn't it? That's a cool grey. Where's my white? Oh, there's a white. All right, let's try the white a little bit. I want to try and fix up this bit here. No. That's all right. I'll go over that. All right, I'm going to touch a little bit of water onto this. See if how it goes. Oops. Blend that down. Yeah. It's fun to add the extra like pattern, extra bit of detail, but I think I'll stick with my main watercolours. So I'll go a bit of burnt umber, a bit of cobalt blue. Oops. I've got to really darken up around the back of this eye. Oops. Really darken up here. Get into there. I like the most of all watercolour pencils I've tried, and I have 20 brands. Okay. Yeah, I've only tried the Derwent ones and then Albrecht Dürer. Oops. And I didn't think a whole lot of the other ones, but then again, I didn't know how to use them properly either. I mean, anything in the right hands can be great. I'm just not much of a pencil artist. I'm grey lead pencil. I'm a monotone. I love monotone work. I'm not good at coloured pencil. I would like to improve at it. I actually, yeah, I need to try. I need to do more because I haven't done a lot of it. I haven't been able to successfully use watercolour pencils. Yeah, they can be tricky. They can be tricky. They aren't the easiest of mediums. They are not the easiest of mediums, that's for sure. That's looking better. Much happier with that. And then I'll come down onto here. Yeah, it is one of the tougher mediums. The Derwent watercolour pencils are often being compared to the Inktense, and then people get disappointed. Oh, okay. What do you think of Inktense? I was actually looking at them this morning online. What do you think of them? Have you done a review on them, Zag? They look a bit wishy-washy. Like, I'm not sure whether to bother with them or not. Yes, Inktense. Sorry, Inktense. That's what I meant to say. Did I not say Inktense? Oh, compared to the Inktense. Aren't they Derwent? I think Derwent make Derwent make a type of, got the pencils and the blocks. What do you think? Are they pigmented and nice and? You said it. I was just buying myself time. Oh, you're funny. You're funny. All right. Come down onto his little tum-tum. He's got his fur. Got a complicated relationship. Oh, okay. I actually think I prefer using a brush to a pencil. I definitely, now, these days, I prefer using a brush for my detail. I've got to say, I've become too accustomed to it, I think. So it's just too easy to use a brush. I like that I can get stronger lines, finer lines, do whatever I want. There are some of the colours I like a lot. Oh, that's interesting. Because I love the art graph. Oh, my goodness. I ended up buying the art graph. Oh, they're gorgeous. They are gorgeous. So what did I do the other day? I can't remember what I did now. Oh, I did an owl. That's right. I did the owl video. The light fast is iffy in the pencils, but the blocks are marked better. Okay. Are they nice and strong? I'll have to check out your Instagram. And see how they look. I like the blocks the most. Yeah, I see. The blocks appeal to me because now I know I love the art graph blocks. I think blocks are my thing. I like that you can do a bit more with them. Get more pigment, get it stronger. You know, you can do more things with them. I think I'm leaning that way myself as far as they go. I might have to get a few and see how I go. Just get a box to try. The only thing I've done with them in ages was my collab with Aurora. Oh, okay. Oh, I love floof. Actually, I've got my floof cup today. I do. I've got my floof cup. I love floof. Got my floof cup. It's going to go round his eye again. It's really dark. I want to leave a little bit of gold around the edge though. And I've got to change the shape of his ear a little bit. Bring that into there. Like that. Yeah, I love me floof cup. Floof and I have coffee together every day. Because Floof is Aurora's character, her own character that she invented. And one of my favourite, I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan of Floof. Gave Aurora a scan of the painting. Aw, cool. Borrowed him for a painting. That's cool. So I'm going to make up a purpley brown colour now. I'm just going to go with my burnt umber and I'm adding a little bit of another blue, but I'm adding more blue to it because I want the shadow colour to be a bit stronger. Down in here, under the back of the leg. Take that down. I've got to do, they're sitting on ground. I've got to do some kind of ground under them. I can't just leave it how I've got it. They need to be grounded. They do. It's darker under here. She visited the Little Mermaid in Copenhagen Harbour. So he visited the Little Mermaid. Oh, my God. That's gorgeous. So little Floof has travelled the world. That is too cute. That is too cute. Little postcards from Floof. I actually found this morning. I was digging around for watercolour paper and I found my postcard watercolour book actually for making postcards but original artwork. So I might do a little series of them as well. That could be a bit of fun. I might do the bottom. I might do the ground underneath it. I might make it up as a grey. See how that goes. We'll see how that goes. It might not work. It might. So I'll mix up a grey. That's dry enough now just to put just under the feet of these guys. They just need to be grounded a little bit. They're just sort of floating in space and I don't really want them to float them in space. There we go. I'll just do that. Just has to be simple. Doesn't have to be anything special. Just something to say, hey, we're sitting on the ground. We're not floating in a big purple mess. Like that. pop a little shadow coming down here. There we go. And then I might pop a little bit of indigo just directly into the top bit of it, just so it's darkest at the top. Let it flow down into the rest of it. Then I'll leave that alone. Leave it alone. She did a series some years ago. It was all over the world, and he met Flufet in Germany. Oh my goodness. That's too cute. That is way too cute. I'm just going to pop a bit more of that indigo. There. Let it run down. There we go. Righto. Go back to my smaller brush. Okay. Where's my smaller brush? That was so 5 seconds ago. Got it. It's all good. All right. Now I'm going to go back into his fairy bits on his arms. They're actually quite grey little creatures. I've put the warm undertones, the transparent sienna, to warm up the underneath of the fur. Just so that I can leave little gaps between so he doesn't look so cool. The Inktense blocks, I think, could be a good start for someone who wants to try watercolour. So they don't lift easily. They don't lift as easily as watercolour. Okay. Good to know, good to know. I'm going to darken up in there as well. That. Just directly underneath. He's really reddy brown. I'm going to drop a little bit of mahogany into the, come on, mahogany, lift. Doesn't want to re-wet. There we go. Pop a bit of mahogany up there. It's a gorgeous reddy brown. Get a bit more of that on there. Take that around. Oops, doesn't want to go onto my brush. Take that around this edge here. In the fur texture. In the direction of the fur. That's if you let them dry. Okay. One of the reviews I watched said they can take 20 minutes, half an hour to dry. Like they take forever to dry. But I'm the earth tone, high, light, fast kind of person, so they don't fit your use. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I'll give anything a go. I'll try anything. If I like it, I like it. Right. Like I wouldn't sell a piece if it wasn't light fast. I wouldn't sell it. I'd give people the option and tell them that it is or it isn't. If you like brights, they're great. Okay. I must admit I'm not good at handling bright colours. I'm more of an earth tones person as well. I love I have tried, like I'm not colourblind, but I have issues with blues and reds. I have trouble seeing blues and reds. I find earth tones the easiest for me, for my eye, to manage. Because I can't tell the difference between a purple and a blue. And my reds especially, they look orangey. I can't. That's why my skies, if I do a landscape, my skies look wrong because I can't see the colours properly. So I tend to be more of an earth tones kind of a painter or monotone. But yeah, I've always struggled with that, and I don't know what, I think it's sort of verging on colourblind, but it's not properly colourblind. But yeah, I can't tell. Blues, reds, purples, I struggle. For illustrations and prints, it's fine. Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't sell it. Yeah, exactly. You just do a print of it. But it's the same with gouache. Gouache is not, I know lots of people who sell gouache artwork, but it's got, it's got no strength to it lifespan-wise. But then again, I've heard things that people say that about watercolour as well. It depends on, you just hang it away from a window, put it under UV protected glass, and you probably get longer out of it than most. But like I get a lot of my watercolour work, so I get them framed specially, and I'll put them under light fast glass, or what do you call it? UV resistant glass. So it protects, they're like museum quality for the good ones. Because if, you know, because then it'll last at least a couple of 100 years. And you've got to pay for it. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. So, I mean, I think most things have got, you know, the light fast issue. Schminky and Winsor & Newton has a lot of okay light fast gouache. Yeah, I've only got the Sennelier gouache. I haven't, and I must admit, I didn't look into it. I didn't look into its qualities, as in light fastness or any of that. I just got them because I love them. But if I was to sell them, I would sell prints. And I haven't done a lot with them, I have to say. I played with them for a little bit, but I haven't really done a lot. I did quite a few watercolour backgrounds, but with gouache over the top, like gouache for the strengthening the colours on the animals and things. That was fun. That was fun. I did swans. I did gouache swans. If you go back through my Instagram, which I will eventually have linked below when I've done the video, Arteza and Hemi, yeah, God, no. They're fun. They're fun to use and they're probably affordable, but they're not a professional grade. Talons has a good gouache. Okay, I don't know that we can get Talons in Australia. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen it here. I'd have to get it online. I've never seen it here, but then again, it's I think you saw this one. Yeah, I did geese, ducks. I did lots of birds with gouache. Birds are really good with gouache. They're really suited to it as an animal. They're really suited to that sort of that kind of glowing, soft, pretty paint. Where gouache is very soft and flowing and pretty. Tell you who I love to watch, who paints a lot of gouache, is Jason loves to, hang on, Jason loves to draw. Hang on, what's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Hang on. Jared loves to draw. He's not Jared loves to draw anymore. He's Jared something. He's changed his channel name. But he was Jared loves to draw, and he does the most magnificent gouache paintings. Oh, he does animals, he does houses, he does cityscapes, you name it, he paints it. And it's awesome. Very inspiring to see. But he does mostly gouache and watercolour, but mostly pure gouache. But he makes it's incredible stuff. Very inspiring. Actually, I think he uploaded a video yesterday. But yeah, if you Google Jared loves to draw, he'll pop up. And he's authored a book. There are only a few good gouache artists here on YouTube. Yeah, Jared loves to draw. And who's the other one that I love watching? Who's actually designed stamps, does amazing dinosaur art. Hang on, it's on the tip of my tongue. Just bear with me. I've just got to go to my subscriptions list. His name is, because he'll pop up, because I saw him do something the other day and I watched his video. Where is he? Where did he go? Where did he go? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Jared Cullum is the gouache artist. So CULLUM. If you look at JARED, Jared, CULLUM, brilliant artist, brilliant. Written books on art. He's amazing stuff. Now, and who's the other one? Oh, hang on. Dinosaur. I'll just put dinosaur artist because he'll pop up then. You'll know him when I say his name. And he does gorgeous watercolours and gorgeous gouache and gorgeous oils. James Gurney. Oh, my God. James Gurney is the most brilliant artist. Sandra Roberto is also amazing. Oh, I haven't heard of it. Okay. I'll have to have a search. I'll have to have a search. Yeah, my main inspirations for that sort of thing is Jared Cullum and James Gurney. Brilliant artists, the pair of them. Brilliant. And I like that they do everything. You know, they do houses, they do animals, they do landscapes, they do cityscapes, they do seas, skies, you name it. They skeletons, science, they do all the art. I love that they do everything's so different all the time. It's always fun. Jared seems very understanding when he talks. Yes. Yeah, he is. I think he's very knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable. All right. I'm going to darken up the ear on this little dude. I'll let the big one dry. Start to get some tones onto this little guy. So I'm going to mix up another grey, so burnt umber. I'm going to go a bit of indigo with it this time. I've got to put some more indigo on my palette. It's getting very, very low, but that makes a nicer, stronger, slightly stronger grey than the cobalt. Nice cool grey, but get good coverage up and around. I thought it was raining then. We had rain yesterday, a little bit. Take that around there. I'm saving up for Horror Damn Gosh, but a sale with something else. Yeah, they are terribly expensive. They're beautiful, but terribly expensive. I think I've got a couple of tubes. I've got to get some more watercolours, but I've got to get some more transparent sienna, and I've got to get some more indigo. Mind you, I got 2 years out of a tube, and I use it a lot. Like, I paint nearly every day, and I've got 2 years out of a tube. So you get a lot for your money. And I've got one of those squeezery things that you can like get every last drop out of your tubes. It's like a little roller thing. They're a very handy little tool to have. I was saving up for Horror Damn, but sell on something else. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you get forever out of it. Especially professional. Yeah. Very, very, very true. Let's darken up in there a little bit. Come down here. Do his little tum-tum. Because I did this one. I did this one's back patterns in the watercolour pencil, but I'm going to do these ones with the brush. Try to use up a 5mm core. I don't own any core. I want to get some, but I don't own any. Do you like them? I've been itching to try core, but I haven't seen any around here. They're not that easy to get. I've got gold and acrylic paint, but I don't have core watercolour. But I've seen that it looks fantastic. I'd be very interested to try it. Because I love the brightness, the strength of the colours. Does your budget? Yeah, okay, so it's expensive. Yeah, I just haven't seen it around here, probably because it's so expensive. And, you know, multiply it by 3 coming to Australia. Our stuff is like 3 times it's 3 times the price to get it here. I can recommend sets that they make 5mm tubes. Not too bad in terms of price. Okay. I might have to look into it. I've never heard anything negative about core. I've only ever heard great things. And there was a portrait artist, I can't remember her name, that I used to follow. I can't remember her name. And she only ever used core. They were her sponsors, but she did amazing stuff. In open stock, you can only get 11mm tubes. Cost half your sold. 11 mils. Wowee, that's monstrously huge. You can't get it in pans? Actually, I think I've only ever seen it online in tubes. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me for a second. I'm just going to turn around. Oh, excuse Excuse me. Goodness gracious. Great balls of cotton fluff. Whoops, and again. Oh, my gosh. Sorry about that, guys. I'm allergic to myself. But I don't know where or what the cost. Okay. It's all right, Bear. I just sneezed. Bear hates it when I sneeze. There's my little dog. He really doesn't like me sneeze. Thank you. I need a good blessing. Watch my head doesn't start spinning around. Thank you, Candid. Thank you, Dale. You right, Bear? You want to come up and say hello? I've got to pick him up now. He's worried about me. Come on up. Come and say hello to everyone, Bear. There's a Baba. This is hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Yes, my little Bear. I'm okay. See? I'm okay. It was just a sneeze. It was just you're going to lick my face? You're going to put puppy goobies all over my face? He's my Baba. He's my baby Bear. Okay, I'm all right now. You can get down, you stinky boy. He's a stinky boy. Oh, now he's sneezing, making sneezing noises. He says hi back, so. Oh, okay, so let's have a look. Let's have a look. I mean, this is quite simple. It's not really a fussy painting. What's it taken? It's an hour. It's taken exactly an hour, and it's very, very simple. I could almost get away with not doing a whole lot more. Like, it is what it is. That gives the impressions of the little guys with not a whole lot of effort. Like, there's a lot of clear paper under there. There's a wash of transparent sienna and then a little bit of fur detail, and that's it. There's nothing to it. There is absolutely nothing to drawing a meerkat. They really are simple little dudes. Very simple little dudes. I'm just going to add a bit of pure burnt umber to the tops of his stripy bits. I am going to add sort of darker tone down the bottom of his tail. His tail disappears off down there. Just want to strengthen that bit a bit. And that's the thing, like, I've been watching lots and lots of tutorials on how to and what you should do, and it's amazing how simple some people create artworks. I do think I tend to overwork things. So I've been watching lots and lots of how to not do that, really. And I've got to try and stop, not keep going. Stop when I think I need to stop. I just want to darken up directly underneath them a little bit. Have a little bit more separation and on the groundy bit. That's the thing about watercolour. It's an impressionisty kind of loose, not meant to be overdone kind of a thing. Let's connect that up there. I really should do his little, I've got to fix his little feet. I've messed up this foot, but I don't know how to fix it without putting grass around it. I don't think I can fix it. What can I do? I could get a little bit of gouache maybe. I've got a little bit of gouache. I always have in my watercolour palette, I always have just one little tray of gouache. So I'm going to just try and, whoops, pick up that little bit that I've put on there. It's got to take that shape of his foot down a little bit. And give him some toes. I just had it cut off too square, I think. Clean me brush. Back into me gouache. Then I might be able to go over it with the details, the front paws a bit more. Yeah, give him little clawy bits. Yeah, I will. I can do that actually. Oops, I'm just going to let that dry now in there like that. So I've just made that foot a little bit rounder, and I'll pop when that's dry, I'll pop the little claw detail in. Just needed to come down a little bit more like that. And I can pop his little paws on. So I'll grab my black watercolour pencil. This is where the watercolour pencils are so useful. Makes people look at something else from what you don't want them to notice. Yeah. Oh, at that sharp. Look at the sharp end on that. Man, oh, man, oh, man. I got that one sharp. That's scary. So I literally just draw his little claw detail. There goes the tip. I'm way too rough. I'm not good with pencils at all. So literally just pop those little bits. And then I've got to let that dry. Yeah, great for detail. Speaking of which, I've got to add, I might just strengthen up his little nose. Just here, coming onto this part of his little mouth. And then might give him a stronger pupil, like that. That's better. That made his pupil look way better. I do want to add one little blib of white. Yeah. You guessed it, I'm going for my white pen, but I'm just going to pop one dot of white in each eye if I can find the right pen. Where are you, white pen? There you are. Just one little dob. Like that. And then like that. The teeniest, tiniest little dob. Because the gouache isn't quite going to cut it. Now that's just about dry. Just about. Go back to me black pencil. Oh my God, I had it 2 seconds ago. There it is, found it. Like that. So he's got his little foot on now. That's a bit better. And I might just go into that with a bit of pencil rather than that. A white pencil. Just to soften that kind of a bit. And that is just about it. So we are going to take the edge off. Oops, a daisy. If I can get the edge off. Peel those edges down. Whee! Oh, they look cute. They do look cute. I do love meerkats. They make me smile. They do make me smile a lot. So, peel that down there. And there we have it, peeps. We have 2 little meerkats happily sitting, having a look around. And the prompt for today was jittery. So I couldn't think of anything else. I'm going to pop their name, their good details. Thank you. It's actually, you know what? I did a whole lot less than I normally would because I thought, nah, I've got to try and say more with less effort artistically. So what are you going to do next month? Oh, I don't know. I'll do 3 videos a week, 3 live streams a week rather. I've already got time lapses till the end of August backlogged. Like I've done so many that I've got, up until I've got all of August with time lapses because I thought I'm doing all live streams this month. But I'm loving live streaming so much that I think I'm just going to stay live streaming. I love hanging out. I love having a chat. That looks really good. The white edge really works. It does. It makes such a difference. Like if I was going to mount them, frame them, I'd put them, white card around the edge. But you see what I've done here though? He's got too much of he needs a tiniest little bit of a reddy brown to break that bit. Not solid, just enough to say that there's fur in there. And take it around there. There's a little bit too much white there. But we are done. So yeah, I don't know. I might, what am I going to do next month? I'll just keep painting I'll do live streams 3 days a week and just paint whatever. I'll take suggestions. I might stick it in my community thing, my community tab. What anyone wants me to paint, and I'll have a try. And then I'll go back to all mediums too. I'll do acrylic, watercolor. I'll try oil. Probably going to be rubbish, but I'll try oil. I've got pastels I haven't pulled out in forever. Do you still do acrylics? I do. I just stopped doing them for this month. I did a couple. What did I do? I have a look on my Instagram. Hang on. I did do one. I did a couple last month or a couple of months ago. I do love acrylic. I'm not very good at it though. But yeah, but I do love it. I like that I can get more guts and strength in the colours. But yeah, I think I did owls. That's what I did. I painted owls. So, yes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next month to be able, because then I'll just go back to all mediums and I'll just do anything and everything. I want to do hands in acrylic and see how I go with the skin tone in acrylic. So, because watercolour, I do find it's a little bit tough. It's fun, but it's challenging. But I want to see if now that I've improved with this, with watercolour, that I can, do it, transfer it across. But yes, but anyway, so thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thanks, Candid and Zargo, getting more and more into acrylics. Yeah, acrylics are fun. They are fun, and I followed Grayscale Anthony, Grayscale Painting, also an amazing inspiration to get the glycerin to use as the medium. So I'm excited to do that. Thank you guys for being here. I love hanging out, having a chat. So yeah, it's awesome. So thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow. What's tomorrow's prompt? Let's have a look. What's tomorrow's prompt? Tomorrow's prompt is drum roll, is home. I could do a painting of home. I could do all the kangaroos out the back. I could do that because they're out in my backyard. So I might do that. I might even do a little bit of a video of the kangaroos. Yeah, I've seen him too. No glycerin here yet. Yeah, I actually got in the cooking aisle in the supermarket. It's vegan glycerin. So I'm assuming it's the same thing because vegan's vegetable, eh? They use it for making icing. I had no idea what you used it for, but you make your icing with it. So I've got that for my acrylics. So we'll see how that goes because his stuff looks really amazing. Like it looks glossy and beautiful. But anyway, on that note, I will be back tomorrow for more. So hopefully I'll see you guys and gals then. Have an awesome day. Thank you so much. And yeah, big hugs to everyone. And I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Okie doke. Bye, guys.